Hi all, this is Isha here from Isha's Crafty side, and today I'm here to do my design team video. And this time I decided that after a lot of practice, I really think that I'm very confident with the coloring with my Zig Clean markers. So I decided to do a start to finish coloring video for you all, and I really wanted to show you all how you can have beautiful colored images with the Zig Cleans. And I have the 36 pack and I got that from Jamie's store, and that's the Not2Shabby store. And see, this is the 36 pack, and I really like this pack. It has all the shades you would need for this brown hair, for the black hair, for blonde hair coloring. And only one thing which I really found out, that for the flesh colors or for the skin tones, you don't have that much range of colors or markers to work on. But as you all know, that you'll also see while I'm doing the coloring that the markers blend on very beautifully. And so I think if you use two colors together, you might get a very pretty skin tone, or a different type of skin tone color you would like to create. Okay, so yeah. And for today as coloring video, I have choose this beautiful image from CC Design, and this is called Miss Claus. I already colored two images before, and I really wanted to show you that first. Yes, and we're gonna use the watercolor paper for coloring with the Zig Cleans. That's very important because they work very well, and you don't need to have the Ranger ones. You could just get the simpler watercolor pads. I had got these long back from Walmart, and this was like Daler Rovni, and this worked perfect. This time I have got a different one from AC Moore, but yeah, I really think this worked very well. So yeah, and I have used my Memento Tuxedo black ink to stamp my image. So this is the image we're gonna work on. This is already stamped and cut. Okay, and I had pre-colored two images of same kind. I wanted to show you those. Look at these. So the difference in the coloring for these two images is that I tried to make her hair a bit of having the shades of blonde and browns in her hair. Her skin is more towards a lighter tone, and over here her hair are all brown. And I used a lot of all the shades of brown for her. Her skin is a bit like a baby skin over here, so I have a bit of pinker tone to her skin over here. Or else and another difference is for the gift, you can see this is a bit lighter green. I have used a watercolor pen over it, which is the detailer, which the Zig Clean sells, which is this one. And so you get a bit a lighter one. And over here in this gift wrap, it's a very darker one, because it's just the marker. Okay, and that's the major difference. And yes, I tried to color her eyes a bit of blue, if you all can pick that up. And over here I tried to make her eyes a bit of bluish green. I just tried both the colors, so it's just a little dot in her eyes, nothing much. But yeah, that's the two images. And for today's coloring image, I really think that we're gonna do this beautiful baby skin color tone, and we'll do the browns. Okay, so I hope you all will stay tuned, and we will start the coloring now. To start with the 36 pack, I'm just gonna talk about the colors which I have in the 36 pack. So for her skin, I am going to use the two colors which are the flesh color, and its number is 071, and another one which I'm going to use is the pale pink, and its number is 028. Okay, so these are the two colors we're gonna use for her skin. I will just start upon with the flesh color. I hope you all can see it properly and the lighting is also good. See? Okay. I just color up, leaving the hair and the eye. This is the hair side again. I'm just gonna color her ears and here goes, very lightly. Okay, now if you want to have the face coloring like that, what did I do was I just colored it this way, leaving the places around her eyes, her nose and her mouth. And then what did I do was I just used my detailer brush all over it so that I could just get the lighter, very light at her nose area. Okay, but we are going to do this one. Okay, so for that, what I'm gonna do, what I did was actually I just went ahead with the whole place with this one, just colored everything up like that. Okay, and then I went upon with the pale pink like that. Mixing anything or I did not leave any space or anything. I'm just using one marker color upon the another. If you're not using the watercolor paper, you will really see the paper coming out. Okay, so it's better to use the watercolor paper. That's how it's gonna look. Just touch up around her eyes. We're gonna leave her eyes white and that's how she's gonna look. Okay, similar thing we will do with her hands. And her fingers on the other side holding the gift. Okay, again I'll go over with the pink. And now we are going to color her dress. And for her dress, I'm gonna use the two colors, which is the carmine red. Okay, and another one for the darker shading, I'm gonna use this brown. It's just brown and the number is 060 and the red color is 022. Okay, so what do I do is I use the brown where I want the darker shade, like the creases. I'll start with the hat, just put a line of brown at the crease like that. Okay, and some over here at the ending. Okay, and that's it. And then what do I do is I go over brown, okay, with the red color. So I will not just start from the blank side. I'll start up on the brown and I'll work out like that. So this way I put a red color over brown, and as this is a brush marker, it will spread out at the bigger parts. When you're working with the dark colors, you have to be very careful. So we go above brown this way and we end up over there. Okay, now you really see the shading in person very well. Okay, and if you think that you don't see it, you can just again go over at the darker area, the areas where you want the darker shade with the brown, like that. See, and this will bring out the beautiful shade. Okay, the similar way we gonna color her dress. So again, I'll be taking my brown and start with the darker shades where I want, which would be near her collar over here, like that. A bit more over here, and then over the creases at the lower dress side, around her arms, and we'll give a bit curve like that to her dress. Okay, so it gives a flowy look like that. And we'll just put some brown over here, okay, and a bit over here and over here. Okay, so yeah, that's it. And then again we'll go above the brown with the red color mark. Remember to go over it so that the colors will blend very, very well. The smaller images, you have to be very, very careful so that you don't get up and end up getting the color in the areas where you don't want them to be. Just taking my brown and again going over. And this is just a small part of her another shoulder where we're gonna put some red, and that's it. Okay, so that's her whole dress covered up. And now for the fur. For the fur, I am going to use the gray color. When you want to take out more of the white, we usually use the gray colors to highlight so that the whites come out very, very well. So I'm going to use the lighter gray, and which is 091, and I am going to do some dots. Okay, so we will just make a dot like that at the ends, some dots here, like that. I'm just putting some dots, okay? We're not gonna color it up, and we just trying to put up dots at the edges. This is the very first coloring tutorial I'm doing, so I hope you all like it, and I hope it's easy to follow. Okay, so that's it. Put a drop here, and that's her hat for done. And now we'll do at her collar. And with the light gray, I'm doing very, very smaller dots. And now for her socks or the stockings she has worn, we'll just give an outline of light gray over here like that, and from here to here. Okay, so we'll be using this one, the gray brown, which is 094. Okay, and we'll put some bigger visible dots with these, and that will also be a bit random. Okay, so there you see the whole fur completed. And now we are going to color her shoes. So for her shoes, I'm gonna use the gray 090 and the light gray 091. Okay, so we will just put up the darker one. I usually start with the darker colors. shading of gray like that, and then I some over here at the crease, just put some lines, and we'll just put a bit shading like that, and we'll go over the heel side, and we just want to make a curve like that. Okay, and for the heels also we'll just color the ends same way here, a bit of gray here, bit over here. Okay, and now we will use the lighter gray over it like that, and we will blend in the shading. We start above the darker gray and we pull out the color, mix it up and get it. They are her shoes. Okay, so now we're gonna start with her hair, and I have the scrap piece to just check up the shades we're gonna do, and we are going to color her hair brown. And for the browns, I have taken up a lot of colors over here, so I will show you how do I start. I just take the scrap piece over here, as you can see, and I just scribble some color. Yeah, these are the final shades we have: oatmeal, beige, mid brown, and the dark browns. Okay, so we will start with the lightest color. Yeah, the oatmeal is the lightest, so we'll start with that, and we are just gonna make some flickering motions like that. Go inside, and I just want the hair to have this curl, so I'm going to start at the center and make the hair go down like that. See, and just I'm trying to have a flickering motion so that the end where I stop has a point. See, like that. And now we will just turn the image, and at the ends over here we will go this way now, leaving a lot of spaces. Right, okay, and now for her ponytail we'll go this way. Here we will start at the end and flicker up so that we get the wave we want for her ponytail. So this was the oatmeal. Now upon that I'll go with the beige, and we will continue the motion, you know. See that we are leaving a lot of spaces. Bit over here. Okay, so that's done, and now we will go to the darker shades, and we have to be very careful while using the darker shades, because this is going to define the total hair of you know, so when you're gonna use it, you have to be very careful. And I'm keeping my hand very light on the marker so that I get very fine lines. Looks so pretty. And over here we want some straight hair, so we'll be doing some straight lines like that. over. We'll give a border again over here, and then we'll flicker from down to up. And now finally I'll use the darker brown. I'm going to create very fine lines with it. Okay, and then finally I want to blend in some of the lighter brown and finish up her hair. Pretty. Now for the gift, we're gonna use the greens, and I'm gonna use 2 greens, and this is the lighter green and this is the pale green. See, pale green number 045, and this is the lighter green and this is number 041. Okay, now as I said before, I start with the darker color, so I'm gonna use the lighter green, which is darker than the pale green, and we're gonna just give a highlight to the gift at the crease, you know, just the box, the crease of the box, at the corners, a bit near her dress, because there's gonna be a darker shade when she is holding it towards her, and some over here. So, and at this end I'm gonna put a bit of line near her hand, the dark color line. You have to be very careful while you're coloring darker colors near the lighter colors, because these are watercolor, very reactive with each other, so it might get mixed up. And then I'm gonna use the pale green over the dark green and just drag the color inside. Okay, I hope you all can. Sorry if it didn't focus. So this way I will start above the dark green and bring in the darker green with the pale green inside the gift box. This which we are leaving is the wrapped ribbon, and that is what we're gonna color red. Go above the shaded areas again with the light green, which is the darker tone over here. Get the beautiful shading. And now for the ribbons, again I'm going to use the brown and the red. Zig Clean has a very beautiful tip, because if you see, this is just like a there's just a hair space, you know, and still we can color it very you know, effortlessly. Just love its tip. It's so fine and very easy to get into very smaller spaces. So that's it. And for her eyes, I want her eyes to be brown, so I'll just put down this brown in the eye beads, in the circles over here. Oh. So that's the whole image colored, and I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial of mine. And if you enjoyed watching this tutorial, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and also do let me know in your comments what do you think, and also if you would like to see more such tutorials. Okay guys, so these are the 3 images we've got colored up. If you want to check out Jamie's store for these markers, definitely do that. You have my special discount code Crafty site for your 10% offs, and if you buy her 36 pack, she will ship this priority free to you. So definitely check out her store. Okay guys, so that's it for today from my side. I will see you all guys with the beautiful cards I create with these images. Okay, bye bye.